In the heart of a wintry Reykjavik, the city lay cloaked in its usual serenity, a place where the icy winds whispered secrets to those who wandered its cobblestone streets. On such a night, Berna Johnsteader, a vibrant young woman of 20, set out into the crisp January air, her spirit undampened by the chill. Her destination was a familiar one, a night of laughter and companionship with friends in the bustling heart of the city. Reykjavik, known for its safety and tranquility clock ticked past midnight, Berna's figure was captured by the watchful eye of a surveillance camera, her movements slightly unsteady as she meandered towards the shoreline. It was to be her last known location, a silent testament to her disappearance into the pre-dawn shadows. Initially, her absence stirred little concern. The notion of a young woman losing track of time during a night out was not uncommon. Yet, as the minutes turned to hours and the hours to days, a chilling realization began to take hold. This was not a simple case of a night extended beyond intention. Something far more sinister had occurred. Berna, born in the year 1996, was the cherished daughter of Silla and Briongese. Though the couple had parted ways, they remained united in their devotion to Berna, providing her with a foundation of unwavering support. By the age of 20, she had blossomed into a spirited woman, her auburn hair framing a face known for its quick wit and infectious enthusiasm. Choosing to reside with her father in a suburb just beyond the city's boundaries, Berna relished the proximity to Reykjavik's vibrant center, a mere 30-minute walk from her doorstep. She was fiercely independent, priding herself on her ability to earn her own way, and worked diligently in the fashion department of a prominent store. Her life was a tapestry woven with creativity, camaraderie, and a zest for the simple joys that punctuated her days. The evening of Friday, January 13th, 2000 ascended upon a popular club in the city's core. Her energy was palpable as she danced with abandon, her presence lighting up the room. As the night waned, her companions opted for an early departure, but Berna lingered, savoring the echo of music and laughter until nearly 5 in the morning. When the sun rose and Berna failed to appear for her work shift, concern began to ripple through those who knew her well. Maria, a steadfast friend since childhood, was the first to sense the gravity of the situation. Berna, ever reliable, had never missed a day of work, even after the longest of nights. Her phone, ominously silent and switched off, deepened the growing unease. Maria's efforts to locate Berna led her to contact others who had shared the evening with her. Each recounted the same tale. They had to Partioas a conduit of rising fear as she spoke to Silla, Berna's mother. Her. Reykjavik, with its pristine reputation, was now a city holding its breath, united in the hope for answers. The mystery of Berna's disappearance was a stark reminder of the fragility of life, a poignant echo of the shadows that can fall even in the most familiar of places. Young woman known for her resolute independence and conscientious nature had vanished. Her absence was felt deeply, for she was someone who always ensured her parents were aware of her whereabouts. By that fateful afternoon, the authorities had been alerted, and a missing persons report was swiftly filed. In a desperate bid to find answers, Silla, Berna's mother, turned to the vast expanse of social media. She posted a heartfelt plea about Berna's disappearance, urging the online community to share the message far and wide in the hope that it would lead her daughter back home. The response was electric. Within mere hours, her post had been shared thousands here, was no sign of Berna. As night descended, Silla found herself unable to sleep, her mind a tempest of worry. She clung to her phone in constant contact with emergency services, pleading for any snippet of information. But the silence was deafening, stretching on with an ominous weight. At 9 o'clock on Sunday morning, a glimmer of hope emerged. The police disclosed a critical piece of information. Berna's phone had connected to a cell tower at 5:50 a.m. the previous morning, located in an industrial area of Hafnarfjord, a city approximately 9 kilometers south of Reykjavik. Armed with this knowledge, Scylla, accompanied by family and close friends, rushed to the area. They canvassed the vicinity, calling out Berna's name, yearning for any clue, any sound that might lead them to her. But the search yielded nothing. There was no trace of Berna's presence. Scylla's dread intensified with each passing minute. The bitter cold gnawed at her thoughts as she wondered if her daughter had found refuge from the harsh elements. By then, Berna had been missing for nearly 36 hours, and Scylla was consumed by the certainty that something was gravely amiss. Yet, to her mounting frustration, no official search had been initiated. The police were cautious, hesitant to act without concrete evidence of foul play, resulting in an agonizingly slow response. In the interim, the power of the media became a vital tool. The story quickly captured the attention of the press, and by Sunday evening, Iceland's two major television networks had reached out to Scylla for interviews. She did not hesitate. If speaking to the media meant casting a wider net in the search for her daughter, she was ready to do so. That night, the tale of the young woman who had disappeared from one of Reykjavik's bustling streets dominated the evening news, sending ripples of shock throughout the nation. By Monday morning, Berna's disappearance was the talk of the town, discussed fervently in shops, on buses, and in workplaces across the country. The mystery of her vanishing struck a deep chord, not only because of its chilling enigma, but also due to its occurrence in Iceland, a nation renowned for its safety, small population, and strong social cohesion. David Gill, Fi Margrimsson, was not among those watching the news that Sunday night. As he concluded dinner with his wife, his phone rang, cutting through the calm. He was summoned to report immediately to the Reykjavik police headquarters. Driving through the quiet streets, he felt no particular alarm. But he was about to be drawn into a case that would challenge the very fabric of a society unaccustomed to such mysteries, reminding all that even in the most serene corners of the world, the shadows of uncertainty can loom large, casting doubt on the safety and stability we often take for granted. In the heart of Reykjavik, a city known for its serene landscapes and low crime rates, an unsettling mystery was unfolding. The disappearance of Berna had cast a shadow over the tranquil streets, prompting an urgent response from the local police. This was a place where the unexpected rarely took root, and yet, on this particular morning, the usual calm was disrupted. Detective Jill Fee, seasoned and meticulous, began her investigation with a sense of urgency. The team had secured a piece of Berna's clothing from her father's home, hoping that the search dogs could pick up her trail. Meanwhile, they combed through the limited security footage available, a task made challenging by the city's sparse servers, a testament to its low crime rates and the public's desire for privacy. Despite these limitations, detectives meticulously reconstructed Berna's last known movements. The grainy footage revealed her leaving a club in the early hours of Saturday, moving with the slightly unsteady gait of someone who had perhaps enjoyed the evening a bit too much. Her hunger led her to a late-night food stand where she purchased a falafel pita, a comforting ritual amidst the cold night air. Clad in black boots, dark jeans, a gray sweater, and a black hoodie, she traversed the city's commercial heart, illuminated by the glow of shop windows and street lamps. In Iceland, A young woman walking alone at such an hour was not cause for immediate alarm. The country prided itself on its safety, a place where individuals moved freely, unburdened by the fear of violent crime. Yet, somewhere along her path, between the brightly lit streets and the shadowy corners, Berna vanished. Detective Phi scrutinized the surveillance footage, paying attention to every nuance. She noted the way Berna bent to retrieve dropped coins, how her shoulder lightly brushed against a stranger in passing. The footage captured her turning down a narrow street towards the sea, a path that would soon become a dead end in more ways than one. As the images flickered forward, Berna was no longer visible. She had either slipped into the obscurity of a side street or entered a vehicle. A small red Kia Rio, seen driving in the opposite direction, became a focal point in the investigation. Could this be the vehicle that took Berna away? The poor quality of the video left much to speculation. The driver remained unidentified, the license plate indecipherable. A search through the National Vehicle Database revealed over 100 similar cars registered across Iceland, making the task of pinpointing the exact vehicle daunting. As the clock ticked past 2 in the morning, Berna's parents arrived at the police station, their faces etched with worry. Detective Phi presented them with the surveillance footage, a silent witness to their daughter's last known whereabouts. Scylla, Berna's mother, watched with mounting frustration. The inability to capture a clear image of the red car's license plate seemed to her an insurmountable obstacle, a problem that should have been easily resolved, as if plucked from a cinematic thriller. In the quiet of the night, the reality set in. A young woman was missing, and the clues were as ephemeral as the northern lights dancing above Reykjavik. As Detective Phi and her team pressed on, the case became a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between safety and vulnerability, and the unpredictable nature of life in a world where certainty is often an illusion. Captured by the grainy lens of a security camera navigating the narrow streets that wound through the harbor, the vehicle, elusive yet prominent, became a focal point in a mystery that had captivated the nation. As the footage was scrutinized, the red car's presence at such an early hour raised questions that begged answers. Who was behind the wheel? What was their connection to Berna, if any? The vehicle's brief appearance was a whisper of a lead in a case shrouded in silence and uncertainty. The investigation now pivoted on this fragment of video evidence, as Detective Jill Phi and her team worked tirelessly to trace the car's movements through the city's labyrinthine streets. They knew that every second counted, for the shadows that cloaked Berna's disappearance were growing longer with each passing hour. In Reykjavik, the city's pulse quickened. The unfolding drama of Berna's disappearance was more than a mere mystery. It was a reflection of the community's values and fears. The collective effort to find her was as much about solidarity as it was about solving a crime. It was a testament to the resilience of a society that, despite its small size, was bound by a profound sense of interconnectedness. As the search intensified, the Icelandic Search and Rescue Association deployed its most seasoned members. These were individuals accustomed to navigating the treacherous landscapes of this island nation, where nature's fury was a constant companion. Yet, in this urban setting, their skills were tested in new ways as they scoured the harbor's depths and the surrounding industrial terrain. The community's response was a tapestry of human spirit and determination. Volunteers from all walks of life joined the search, their numbers swelling with each passing day. Families, friends, and strangers united in purpose, driven by the hope of bringing Berna home. In the midst of this collective endeavor, Scylla's presence was a poignant reminder of the personal stakes involved. Her voice, steady yet tinged with emotion, resonated with those who knew Berna as more than just a missing person. She was a daughter, a friend, a young woman with dreams and aspirations. The revelation of Berna's use of a dating app added another layer to the investigation. This digital footprint, a modern relic of personal connections, opened a new avenue for detectives to explore. In a world where interactions are increasingly mediated by technology, the clues to Berna's fate might lie hidden within the algorithms that had once promised companionship. As the search pressed on, the narrative of Berna's disappearance evolved into a tale of hope and perseverance. The discovery of the boots, though grim, was a beacon that guided the searchers' efforts. It was a sign that they were on the right path, that amidst the debris of an industrial landscape lay the answers they sought. In the quiet moments between the search and the investigation, there lingered a sense of reflection. The case of Berna was a stark reminder of life's fragility and the unforeseen paths that can alter its course. Yet it also underscored the power of community and the indomitable human spirit. In the face of uncertainty, it is these qualities that shine brightest, lighting the way forward in the darkest of times. The other unidentified man, whose presence had sparked intense curiosity. The capture marked a pivotal moment in an investigation fraught with challenges, yet it was merely the beginning of unraveling a web of intrigue that spanned the icy waters of the North Atlantic. The polar NOK, a vessel whose very name conjures images of isolation and mystery, was now the epicenter of a transnational investigation. As the officers navigated the cramped quarters of the ship, every corner seemed to whisper secrets of the high seas. The arrest was executed with precision, but the task ahead was formidable, unraveling the truth from the tangled narratives of those on board. Thomas Mueller Olsen, a man whose past was marked by shadows of illicit trade, found himself once again under the scrutiny of the law. His mixed martial arts training, once a symbol of discipline, now seemed to underscore the duality of his character, a man capable of both calculated control and unpredictable aggression. As investigators delved deeper, they unearthed layers of his life that painted a picture of complexity and contradiction. The unidentified man, whose identity remained elusive even as he was led away in handcuffs, posed an enigma. His relationship to Thomas, the nature of his involvement, and his own backstory were pieces of a puzzle that detectives were determined to solve. Each question led to another, each answer deepening the intrigue. Meanwhile, the forensic analysis of the reddish stains found in the car was underway in Sweden. The samples, carefully collected and transported, held the potential to unlock critical information. As scientists worked meticulously in the lab, the detectives in Iceland awaited results that could provide a breakthrough in their case. The chemical odor reported by the young family who had rented the car was a lingering clue, suggesting that the vehicle had been hastily sanitized. Yet the faint traces left behind were enough to hint at a story untold, a narrative of actions taken in haste, perhaps in fear or desperation. As days turned into nights, the relentless pursuit of truth drove the investigators forward. Detective Jill Fye, leading the charge, was acutely aware of the stakes. The vastness of the ocean, the intricate legalities of international waters, and the unpredictable nature of human behavior all played into the high-stakes drama unfolding. In the quiet moments, as the waves lapped against the hull of the polar NOK, the enormity of the task resonated with the team. They were not merely solving a crime, they were piecing together a narrative that spoke to the human condition, the choices made in moments of crisis, the paths taken by those living on the fringes of society. The investigation, with its twists and turns, served as a reminder of the delicate balance between order and chaos. It underscored the relentless march of justice, undeterred by obstacles or the vast expanse of the sea. And as the story unfolded, it became clear that the search for truth, though fraught with peril, is a journey worth undertaking, a testament to the enduring quest for understanding in a world shrouded in mystery. In the cold, unforgiving expanse of the North Atlantic, a tragic mystery unfolded on board the vessel known as the Polar Knock. This tale of intrigue and sorrow begins with two men, Thomas and Nicola Olsen, captured in the dim, grainy surveillance footage. Despite sharing a surname, these two were not bound by blood, but their fates were inextricably linked by the events that transpired. The ship's captain, a man of the sea and seasoned in the ways of the world, cooperated fully with Icelandic authorities. After 10 tense ho, amidst the creaking timbers and salty air, that law enforcement officers conducted a meticulous search of the vessel. Within Thomas's cabin, they uncovered 50 pounds of hashish, a significant find, yet not the most damning piece of evidence to emerge from this maritime enigma. What truly sent shockwaves through the investigative team was the discovery made in the ship's garbage disposal. Berna's driver's license, neatly FSIC laboratory in Norway, where fingerprint analysis would later provide Detective Jill Fye with irrefutable evidence linking Thomas to the mysterious disappearance of Berna. Despite the mounting evidence, Thomas maintained an unyielding silence. He denied any involvement, offering no clues that might illuminate the fate of the missing woman. As detectives painstakingly retraced the steps of Thomas and Nicola on the fateful night of Berna's disappearance, they unearthed a crucial distinction between the two men. Thomas bore the mark of a criminal past. Nicola, in contrast, was unblemished by such a history. Those who knew Nicola spoke of a man who was quiet, socially anxious, and deeply introverted. He was a man tethered to his loved ones, particularly his sister, and her he had been too intoxicated to recall events with any clarity. As tension reached its zenith, a chilling revelation shattered the already fragile peace. On the 22nd of January, the sea relinquished its hold on Berna's lifeless form, delivering her to the rocky shore near a lighthouse on the Reykjavik Peninsula. This lonely outpost, some 30 miles from her last known location, became a somber testament to her tragic end. The autopsy revealed that she had drowned in the icy embrace of the ocean, yet the truth was more sinister. Her body bore additional injuries, bruises on her face and telltale marks on her neck, evidence of a violent struggle before her watery demise. However, the forensic examination found no signs of sexual assault. News of B. The phrase, "I am Berna's," resonated on social media, a collective cry of anguish and solidarity as people grappled with the tragic loss. For many, this was more than the death of a Y. For Berna's parents, the agony was insurmountable. Consumed by grief, they could not bear to hear the harrowing details of their daughter's final moments. Meanwhile, the crew of the Polar Knock issued a heartfelt statement, expressing their condolences and underscoring their hope that justice would be served. In a gesture of solidarity and support, the fishing company donated $15,000 to the volunteers who had tirelessly scoured the coastline in search of answers. As the waves continue to crash against Iceland's rugged shores, the story of Berna serves as a poignant reminder of the fragility of life and the enduring quest for truth and justice in a world where the sea holds many secrets. In the somber depths of Iceland and the icy expanses of Greenland, the name Berna echoes with a poignant resonance. Across Reykjavik, candlelit vigils drew together over 8,000 mourners, their silent procession retracing the final steps of Berna's through the heart of the city. Each step a remembrance, each flickering flame a tribute. The mourners journeyed to the very spot where Berna's was last seen, laying flowers in a gesture of collective grief. Their path concluded atop a small hill, where they lit candles and observed a solemn moment of silence, the glow of their vigil illuminating the memory of a life lost too soon. On the cold winter's day of February 3rd, Berna's was laid to rest. 2,000 people gathered to pay their respects, among them Iceland's president and prime minister, a testament to the profound impact of her life and untimely demise. The Bishop of Iceland led the ceremony, honoring the family's wishes for privacy by ensuring no photographs were taken, and the media kept their distance, allowing the mourners a space to grieve without intrusion. The investigation into Berna's death unfolded with grim determination. Forensic analysis confirmed that the reddish stains discovered in a red Kia matched Berna's DNA. This revelation led to the formal charging of Thomas Muller Olsen with murder and drug possession. His companion, Nicola Olsen, was released after it was determined that he had not been present during the crime, his recollections clouded by intoxication. The narrative of that fateful night was pieced together with meticulous care. Thomas had reportedly dropped off Nicola, whose inebriation left him with fragmented memories of the evening. For reasons that remain shrouded in mystery, Berna entered Thomas's car. Despite the mounting evidence against him, Thomas steadfastly denied involvement, repeating his version of events in 9 separate police interrogations. Yet, inconsistencies began to surface, casting doubt on his account. By the time August arrived, the stage was set for Thomas's trial. The prosecution presented an even stronger case, revealing that Thomas's DNA had been discovered on the shoelace of Berna's boot, and his fingerprint was found on her discarded driver's license. Surveillance footage captured him purchasing cleaning supplies and later scrubbing the interior of the red Kia, actions that belied his claims of innocence. When Thomas entered the courtroom, he shielded his face, turning his back to the audience, a silent testament to the weight of his guilt. Though he admitted to the drug charges, he continued to deny the murder, offering the explanation that he had cleaned the car because a friend had vomited in the back seat. In a desperate attempt to deflect blame, he accused the police of mistreating him during custody. However, Nicola's testimony proved pivotal. Initially claiming to remember little of that night, Nicola ultimately identified Thomas as the perpetrator. In September, the court delivered its verdict. Thomas Muller Olsen was found guilty of murder and drug trafficking, sentenced to 19 years in prison, and ordered to pay $250,000 in fines and restitution. His appeal to the Supreme Court was rejected, solidifying his fate. He was subsequently transferred to Denmark to serve out his sentence. In the wake of Berna's tragic murder, Reykjavik authorities took decisive action to bolster the city's safety, expanding its CCTV network to enhance surveillance capabilities. This measure, while a response to a grievous loss, stands as a testament to the enduring quest for justice and the protection of a community's peace. As the flames of the candlelit vigils flicker in the collective memory, they illuminate not only the life of Berna's, but also the enduring human pursuit of truth and security in the face of darkness. In the tapestry of urban life, the night often cloaks its streets in a veil of uncertainty. Recognizing the unique challenges faced by women during these hours, a transformative service has emerged. A women-only ride service, meticulously crafted to prioritize safety, now navigates the nocturnal landscape. This initiative seeks to provide a sanctuary on wheels, ensuring that women can traverse the city with peace of mind after the sun has set. By offering dedicated transportation options, it aims to redefine the nighttime journey, transforming it from a potential ordeal into a secure and empowering experience. In a world where safety often feels elusive, this service stands as a testament to the power of innovation in fostering a sense of security and autonomy.